Coming up on 13 on your side, a double shooting in Somerton has local police asking for your help in locating a person of interest. And a look at some of the changes local businesses are making in order to keep their doors open and customers coming back. Caught by surprise, U.S. Marshals tracked down a man wanted in the Midwest on child sex charges.
13 on your side starts now.
Good evening and thank you so much for choosing to be with us tonight. I'm Scott Gross. Newly obtained video tonight shows the moment when U.S. Marshals arrested a man in Yuma wanted on sex crimes in South Dakota. Take a look. You can see a man wearing a gray hoodie walking with a body shop employee to a car yesterday. That man is Daniel William Lehman, wanted on child sex crime charges. All of a sudden, several unmarked vehicles storm the area. Lehman quickly drops to the floor, guns drawn as marshals zero in. He's then handcuffed. According to the body shop's owner, a few minutes before this, the suspect was about to leave after getting an oil change. The owner says a U.S. Marshal went into the business and asked the owner to reobtain the suspect's keys. The owner said he did, by telling the suspect he forgot to put a car part back on. Now, when one of the body shop's employees returned the keys to the suspect, that's when the marshals jumped in. Lehman is still at the Yuma County Jail awaiting extradition to South Dakota to face these sexual assault charges. An 18-year-old was killed in a car crash yesterday afternoon. According to the Yuma County Sheriff's Office, it happened around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon on Avenue 3E. An investigation revealed Ronan Jenkins, the sole occupant of a Ford Ranger, drove off the east side of the roadway heading northbound on Avenue 3E, causing the car to roll. Jenkins was transported to Yuma Regional Medical Center, where he died from his injuries. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. Tonight, 2 local men are still recovering from gunshot wounds while a woman is in custody after allegedly conspiring with someone else to shoot both of the victims. 13 on your side's Cody Lee has more on the investigation.
Good evening to you. The double shooting took place last Saturday at a home in Somerton, and now police need your help locating a person of interest connected to the scene. Ashley Ann Payton now behind bars, accused of 1 count of conspiracy to commit second-degree murder and 1 count of aggravated assault.
Our officers were called to the area of Highway 95 and County 15th, and this took place at about 11:45 p.m. And when they got to the location, they found a gunshot victim.
After finding the 44-year-old man, officers later determined where the shooting happened and found the second victim. Both were taken to YMC, where they remain under hospital care tonight. Somerton Police and other agencies are now looking for someone who is connected to the shooting.
And right now it's a person of interest, and it depends how we talk to this person, which way we're going to go on it.
According to multiple witnesses, one of the victims, along with his friend, had been assisting someone related to Ashley Ann Payton at the time of the shooting. The other victim showed up with a weapon and an altercation followed.
That's part of the investigation. We're trying to put down who shot who with what. So we believe the third person involved in this might be able to shed more light onto the exactly how the incident occurred.
They're looking for a dark gray 2013 Dodge Charger with Arizona license plate BZN1032. A South County Justice Court judge set Payton's bail to $500,000. She will be back in court March 2nd. If you have any information regarding this case, you can remain anonymous by calling 78-CRIME. Reporting in Yuma, I'm Cody Lee for 13 on your side.
Arizona's top doctor announcing today the state will receive more than 254,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccine next week. That is the biggest allocation the state has seen since the vaccine came out. No word on how many vaccines Yuma County will receive, but meanwhile, the question is, when will we move into the next phase? Phase 1C is next. That population consists of adults of any age with high-risk medical conditions and those living with multi-person households. Dr. Kara Christ says the department is currently going through Phase 1A and 1B populations to see if over 50% have been vaccinated. At this point, there is no specific date to move into Phase 1C, but Dr. Christ estimated when we could see that happen.
Some of the things that we wanted to look at was some of the data on, how much of the 1A and 1B population do we believe is estimated to have gotten that vaccine. I would anticipate in March. I just don't know if it's like this week or mid-March just yet.
According to ADHS, by spring or summer, Arizona hopes to move into Phase 2 of its vaccination process. It's also the first time the COVID-19 vaccine will be available to the general public. And with that, let's get an update real quickly on the number of vaccines administered right now. More than 1,000 in the Valley today, bringing that total to more than 24,000. In Yuma, more than 3,100 shots were administered today, bringing the county total to more than 39,000. As for the numbers of cases announced today, Imperial County, they've reported -4. We mentioned earlier this week that state audit has caused thousands of cases in Imperial to be allocated elsewhere. That could be, again, what we are seeing right here. In Yuma, 17 new cases reported as 2 additional deaths related to the virus. An FDA vaccine advisory panel voting today recommended a third COVID vaccine for emergency use authorization, paving the way for approval as early as tonight, with millions of doses standing by for distribution. Meredith Woods has the latest.
The FDA Vaccine Advisory Committee voted unanimously to recommend emergency use authorization of the Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine.
It is clear that the known benefits vastly outweigh the known risks, and it meets the criteria for emergency use authorization.
The vaccine's advanced clinical trials show a global overall efficacy of 66% in preventing moderate to severe disease. No one who got the vaccine died of COVID-19 during the trial. The Johnson & Johnson product is the first single-shot vaccine, making it easier to distribute than the Pfizer and Moderna shots, which require 2 doses.
The vaccines are safe.
The Biden administration says it's ready to distribute nearly 4 million doses of the new vaccine immediately.
We anticipate receiving approximately 15,000 doses.
We anticipate receiving 380,300 doses of the J&J vaccine next week.
With less than 10% of the U.S. population fully vaccinated, health officials say Americans could get whichever vaccine is available to them.
Certainly, 1 dose will keep you out of the hospital, keep you out of the intensive care unit, and keep you out of the morgue.
I'm Meredith Wood reporting.
If the FDA issues an EUA, it could come as soon as later tonight. I know there's only a couple hours left. The CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices is set to meet on Sunday to vote on whether the CDC should okay the vaccine's distribution and may also designate priority groups. Well, you can find the latest coronavirus developments on one place, our free KYMA News app. Download it today. The U.S. took its first known military actions approved by President Biden yesterday with airstrikes along the Syria-Iraq border. It's widely being considered an unmistakable message to Iran. Tina Kraus has the latest from London.
Mr. President, what?
President Biden took no questions about the U.S. military airstrikes he ordered in Syria as he headed to Texas this morning.
Mr. President, on Iran!
The overnight attack targeted Iranian-backed militia members in eastern Syria near the Iraq border. The Pentagon says the strike was a response to recent attacks in Iraq that killed a civilian contractor and wounded a U.S. service member. CBS News has learned the mission was meant as payback for putting Americans at risk, but also calibrated to not raise tensions with Iran.
We're confident in the target that we went after. We know what we did.
The Biden administration says it consulted with coalition partners before launching the strike.
We allowed and encouraged the Iraqis to investigate and develop intelligence, and that was very helpful to us.
But in Moscow, the Russian foreign minister says the U.S. gave them just a few minutes of advance warning. Russia is a close ally of Syria and is condemning the attack. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Back here in the desert Southwest, State Representative Tim Dunn is calling out the Biden administration after the change in policy to release migrants into Arizona communities, including right here in Yuma County. In his statement to the administration, he quotes the change as irresponsible and is already having predictable negative results. Dunn specifically mentions Yuma, saying, quote, "This is particularly the case, and Yuma and other southern border countries who are left to manage the consequences." With Yuma County having one of the highest rates of COVID-19 in the state, our hospitals and city services are overwhelmed and could put care for Arizonans in jeopardy. The Republican representative is calling on Senators Mark Kelly and Kyrsten Sinema to provide counties like Yuma with financial resources. When it comes to finances, many local businesses are still struggling with forced to shut down. In today's Local Link segment, we take a look at how one local business is trying to stay afloat. Jay's Party Rentals has been catering for locals get-together since 2010. The business was thriving up until the pandemic hit. Stuck with a long list of orders and no way to deliver, many customers began asking for refunds. Like many businesses, LLJs had to change the way they did business.
So this would usually be your main table, like if you were having like a regular party. So now what people started doing is instead of having like a main table, now they would just put a backdrop like out by the sidewalk, like the balloon garland. But instead of actually like putting it on a backdrop, we would put it on a car.
When he delivered the stuff for my son's birthday party, he actually, kept everything sanitized. He wiped everything down. Him and his staff, they always wore their masks. They never took it off, which I thought was like so good.
Gayaga is hopeful his business will once again thrive. Now, if you're interested in being featured on our Local Link segment, head over to our website, kyma.com, and click on the DSW Local Links tab at the top of the homepage. Now, full disclosure, Jay's Party Rentals is an advertiser on our station and is trying to jumpstart their business. This is a way of showing our support for businesses in our area. There's nothing like a neighborhood barbecue, and the city of Yuma continues to take their get-togethers to the World Wide Web. The latest is their virtual barbecue and brew fest, which just kicked off. The event is perfect for those chefs that enjoy learning new recipes and anyone looking to enjoy a new, unique brew. The virtual event will also feature musical guests and a whole lot more.
It's a variety show, really, in that we'll feature not just behind the scenes looks and discussions with chefs and brewmasters, but also a competition. We had one last year involving the mayor with a steak cook-off. This time they're going to try to do a tri-tip cook-off against the folks at Holy Smokes. So we'll see how that goes.
The virtual barbecue and brew fest is currently underway and starts at 4 o'clock Mountain Time, 3 Pacific, and will be available on any of the city's social media sites and on Channel 73 on Spectrum. And a quick look outside and our first weather look this evening. There's downtown Yuma. We're currently sitting in the low 60s. We're looking forward to a very good weekend, but it could be a tale of 2 days. One day is going to be far better than the other. I'll let you know all about that a little bit later on in weather. And straight ahead, new developments on U.S. gymnast coach John Geddert, who took his own life hours after being charged with more than 20 counts of human trafficking.
Well, if it isn't Big Carl, you fixin' to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound? Scram, Big Mac, go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
Hurry to Carl's Jr. for the Big Carl. Feed your happy.
Spectrum Mobile gives you speed plus reliability. Switching, you could save up to 40% and get unlimited talk, text, and data, all with no added taxes and fees and no contracts. Visit SpectrumMobile.com.
Yes. YouTube channel.
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of filming are you?
President's Day is finally here. That means an extra day for your weekend and the chance to go the extra mile. with an extra 1,000 retail trade assist cash on top of all other offers on a wide selection of Ford models. Embrace the extra with America's favorite brand today. But hurry, these President's Day deals end soon. During the President's Day sales event, get $10,469 in total value on an F-150. Only at your Desert Ford dealers.
In the United States, there is an average of 13 alcohol abuse and drug-related deaths that occur each hour. These deaths continue to increase. Addiction is an epidemic, and if left untreated, it could lead to the death of oneself or injuries to others. If you've been trying to quit your addiction to drugs and alcohol, we are only a phone call away. Call Nation's Addiction Network now.
Please call 800-413-1665.
Did you know breast cancer kills more than 41,000 people every year in the U.S.?
That's 113 people every day. Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Join our fight. Save lives.
It's the 36-hour sale at Furniture Row. So get ready because everything is on sale. Like this unbeatable deal on the Christo panel bed, now only $299. Save big on the Tahoe sofa, only $299. And the 5-piece Mocha dining set for, you guessed it, only $299. And check out the Summit Queen, easy on the wallet for only $189.99. Plus 5 years no interest and free shipping right to your doorstep. But don't wait. The 36-hour sale at Furniture Row ends Monday the 1st.
They call you really big, Carl? Must be those triple-sauced meat heaps. How about you cloak me in cheese? Drape me in a 3-piece patty suit like a beef tycoon.
The really big Carl is back. Feed your happy.
A former U.S. Olympics coach died by suicide just hours after being charged with 24 felonies, including human trafficking and criminal sexual conduct. John Geddert was the head coach of the 2012 U.S. Women's Olympic Gymnastics team, which won a gold medal.
John broke little girls. He broke our spirits and he broke our bodies.
At 8 years old, Sarah Klein began taking gymnastics from Coach John Geddert. She was the first known victim of Larry Nassar, but she says the physical, verbal, and emotional abuse Geddert allegedly inflicted was far worse.
Larry was at least kind. He was loving. He pretended at least to care about us. And John was the one who tortured us in a way that it made Larry and his sexual abuse look like a walk in the park.
Geddert was expected to turn himself in Thursday. Instead, authorities found his body at this Michigan rest stop. According to CBS affiliate WLNS, he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The Michigan Attorney General's office called his death a tragic end to a tragic story for everyone involved.
It felt like, true to John Geddert form, I am above the law, I am a narcissist, and I'm getting the last word.
Klein and attorney John Manley, who has represented more than 200 Nassar victims, want USA Gymnastics and the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee to be held accountable for the abuse.
These people let this happen with Nassar and Geddert for money. That's why this happened.
In a recent interview with 60 Minutes, Olympian Simone Biles called for an independent investigation into USA Gymnastics and the U.S. Olympic Committee to find out who knew what and when.
We bring the medals, we do our part, you can't do your part in return. It's just like, it's sickening.
Klein agrees and said she believes there is still abuse going on in USA Gymnastics.
What you can do is tell the truth. Give us the answers. Help us understand how this could have happened to us. Do the right thing.
And we asked USA Gymnastics to respond to Klein's claims and have not heard back, but they said in a statement last night that they had hoped Geddert's charges would lead to justice and that their thoughts are with the USA Gymnastics community. And the Michigan Attorney General's office said they were allowing Geddert to turn himself in because they had no indication that he would harm himself. Mola Lengi, CBS News, New York.
On pro golfer Tiger Woods, he's been transferred to a new Los Angeles hospital after his car accident earlier this week. The golf legend was initially being treated at Harbor UCLA Medical Center, but the hospital says he is continuing his orthopedic care and recovery at Cedars Sinai Hospital, about 20 miles away. The reason for the transfer has not been released, but Cedars Sinai is known for its sports rehab center. Woods suffered significant leg injuries after Tuesday's accident. He broke bones in more than 2 pieces, and the injuries pierced the skin. Beautiful look at downtown Yuma. We're going to have a great weekend and another great week ahead of that with lots of sunshine and great temperatures. Your full forecast is straight ahead.
Rogers & Rogers Auto Group is celebrating President's Day all month long with our massive used car tent event. Only during this event, get absolute clearance must-be sold prices on hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Toyotas, Hondas, Fords, Chevys, and more. Huge selection starting under $9,999. This is your only chance to get unheard-of savings on lease returns, buybacks, and repossessed vehicles. We'll even give you a $25 gift card for test driving. Located on Highway 86 between Imperial and El Centro. Or shop us online at RogersAutos.com.
Join us at Johnny Carino's for our 5 for $15 ribeye steak and shrimp scampi meal deal. Enjoy our Italian nachos appetizer, juicy, char-grilled ribeye steak, savory shrimp scampi sautéed in a white wine lemon butter sauce with angel hair pasta, a refreshing beverage, and our fresh-baked bread for only $15. Celebrate Johnny's 25th anniversary. Enjoy half-off mega family platters, served with free mozzarella sticks. Feeds 4 to 6 people. Hurry in for dine-in or take-home at Johnny Carino's.
0% on this HRV. And this one. 0% on this Pilot. And that Pilot. 0% on this CRV. That one too. 0% on the Passport. And 0% on the Ridgeline. Act fast to take home a versatile and rugged Honda during the final days of the Honda 0% event. Well-qualified buyers can get a great deal, like 0% APR financing on the purchase of select Honda models.
Everyone who has ever lived has lived here. All of mankind's triumphs and failures. Every moment, every hometown, all here. We start our coverage on the ground and take it to the airwaves, so you always know what's happening in your own world and beyond. We are free TV and radio. We are breaking news. We are always there. We are broadcasters.
Coronavirus has taken its toll on so many. As doctors continue to modify treatments for worse cases on ventilators, many don't understand how technicians keep patients from getting other issues, or what they do to make sure the ventilator doesn't do more harm than good.
To watch how much pressure is taking for the machine to inflate the lungs.
How medical teams are joining forces to save lives. Behind the Front Lines. Watch now on KYMA.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Currently, we're sitting at 60 degrees in Yuma County. Let's take a look outside at the RV World Skycam. You can see downtown Yuma right there. We've got clear skies. Just another beautiful day today, and we've got a couple more in store for you this weekend, and even more after that. Let's take a look right now at the satellite and radar, and we'll take a look at what's coming our way. You see a nice band of clouds down here over the Baja Peninsula. Not too much coming our way from the eastern Pacific, but as we zoom into our area, you will see some cloud cover tonight, but that's not going to do anything real significant for us. As you wake up, as you meander around tomorrow, keep in mind that there will be some gusty winds. As we look at where we're going to be tomorrow morning, look at the gusts we have over here in the Imperial Valley, anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour, but for the most part during tomorrow afternoon, even over here on the Arizona side, we're going to be plenty breezy, and it'll even get to gusty as we get into the weekend. Now, jumping ahead to our viewer photos, this is from Gregory Castillo. Look at the wonderful sunset that he sent in to us today. Just a gorgeous photo. Thank you so much, Gregory, for that. And we'd like to see yours. You can send them to us. You can reach me on Instagram, on Facebook, or send it to our homepage, kyma.com/share. And when you send it, I'll share it. Jumping ahead to our highs that we had today, 76 El Centro, Salton City was 77, Blythe up at 73. And our current temperatures right now, we're cooling off. El Centro coming in at 50 degrees, Imperial at 60 degrees, and over here on the Arizona side throughout Yuma County, San Luis 56, the Foothills 56, YPG currently at 57 degrees. Now let's take a look at the Metrocast for tonight. Around midnight tonight, some cloud cover will come in, 50 degrees, and as you wake up tomorrow morning, it'll be chilly, 45 degrees and clear. But around tomorrow afternoon, 72, the sun will be out, and that will lead to a very nice day. Take a look at this in your 7-day forecast. 76, breezy tomorrow. I showed you the wind gusts we're predicting. Gusty and a dip in temperature, 67 on Sunday, but then lots of sunshine as we get into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The same can be said for Imperial County. Mild and 76 tomorrow, a cool down on Sunday before we warm back up. And another big night in prep sports with plenty of fans in attendance. Highlights and scores straight ahead.
Dear road rivals, charging extra for safety is where we part ways. See, I ride with standard Toyota Safety Sense, which includes sweet features such as a pre-collision system. You may charge thousands more for similar features, but on my road, no one pays extra for peace of mind. Yours, Highlander.
Right now, get $12.50 cash back on a new 2021 Highlander. Or lease Highlander for just $319 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Imperial Valley Honda has been under new ownership for 3 years, and we've grown so fast. 4 out of every 10 vehicles in Imperial Valley are purchased here. Find out why more people in Imperial Valley have experienced the difference and have realized we treat you with the respect and fairness you deserve. We are outperforming many of our dealer peers in San Diego and Los Angeles. Experience the difference at Imperial Valley Honda, where great people, great service, and great prices will make the difference for you.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
At DonorsChoose.org, we want students in every community to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, students and teachers need your help. Every year, most public school teachers spend nearly $500 of their own money on student supplies. Let's do the math. That comes out to over $1.2 billion. We can do better. Here's how. Go to DonorsChoose.org, find a request to support, and we'll make sure they get exactly what they need. Choose from books to computers, from art supplies to robotics kits. There are microscopes, musical instruments, and so much more. You'll receive thank you letters and photos from students and teachers, and a report of how every dollar was spent. To learn more and find a teacher's request in your community, visit DonorsChoose.org.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
So what? So what now? What do you suggest?
We kick our son out of the house. He's still gonna do the drugs. You want him out on the street?
He never learns. If we love him, then we have to cut him loose.
I will not abandon my son. And neither should you.
College volleyball is on a mission for redemption. Welcome back, everyone. After suffering a tough home opening loss on Wednesday night, the Lady Matadors are looking to move on quickly, as they would have a short turnaround for tonight's contest against Eastern Arizona. The Lady Mats fired up to get this one started. First set, Mariana Donato puts up an acrobatic setter for Costenda Silva-Leva, who pile drives this point. The first one of the match for AWC. A few plays later, Cristina Reyes will deliver the set for Annie Montano, who snaps this one for a baseline kill shot, giving the Lady Mats a little bit of momentum. Then, after a volley exchange at the net, Daniela Jimenez would put the hammer down, delivering a wicked kill there. A-dub up 3. The Lady Mats back to work. Donato sets for Silva-Leva, who delivers the net kissing point with the set remaining tight. Lady Mats take this one in straight sets, 25-18, 25-23, and 25-18. In boys prep basketball, the YC Shamrocks would return to their home confines of Carroll Oden McElney Gym as head coach Brett Falstein gets them boys and coached up. Third quarter, great ball movement by the Rocks leads to a wide open put in a three-pointer by Will Hunt. He knocks it down. And then on the fast break, Amin Hines calls his own number, knifing inside and putting the nice touch in that layup. More YC, Adrian Perez. He'll miss the three, and after a couple of offensive boards, big Zach Grober comes through with the putback. The Rocks keep on the pressure, and they would go on to take care of business, getting the 54-39 win. To the girls' game now. Yuma Catholic trying to start a new winning streak. Nice crowd on hand to watch the Rocks versus Tonopah Valley. And senior Rory Martinez starts the scoring with the Rocks, where a pass to the paint. Ryan returns, and Rory shoots from the baseline. And the next senior, Kylie Mearchum, glides to the basketball, misses the shot, but she'll find the rebound and burrows in between two defenders to get the score. Mearchum isn't one to celebrate as the inbounds pass and swats it out of play. Later in the first, again, it's Mearchum who grabs a loose ball, finds sophomore Reese Sellers wide open. Yuma Catholic rolls it home over Phoenix 59-15 and improved to 9-1 on the year. In other local scores, the Yuma Crims girls basketball team fall on the road versus Estrella Foothills 67-40. The Crims boys fall at home 90-33. The Kofa girls basketball team, they fall to Westwood on the road 88-16. The Kings will have to wait until next week to try to notch their first win of the season, and the boys also fall on the road to the Warriors by a score of 52-41. A few quick notes to share with you. The Suns down the Bulls in NBA play tonight 106-97. And Devin Booker from the Suns recently named to the All-Star team as a replacement for the Lakers' Anthony Davis. That's all we have for sports. We'll be right back.
Well, if it isn't Big Carl, you fixin' to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound? Scram, Big Mac, go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
Hurry to Carl's Jr. for the Big Carl. Feed your happy.
The President's Day sale is on at More Furniture for Less.
Your home has been working double duty as classroom, office, and more. Why not treat it and yourself to a brand new look?
Our latest 2021 styles have arrived, and we've got amazing prices store-wide on furniture for every room in your home. All on sale.
And as always, our safe shopping experience is waiting to welcome you.
For the best selection and value, visit More Furniture for Less.
Imperial Valley Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac has been under new ownership for 3 years now and grown so fast that our Silverado truck is now the #1 selling truck in the Valley. Find out why more people in Imperial Valley have experienced the difference and have realized we treat you with the respect and fairness you deserve. We are outperforming many of our dealer peers in San Diego and Los Angeles with one of the fastest growing dealerships in sales and service in Southern California. Experience the difference at Imperial Valley Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to Dennis Melvin's house. It's time for the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course. Sticking to healthy habits in this kitchen is going to take focus and determination.
He's already entered the snack part of the course, and he's eyeballing a jar of chocolatey candy.
That is tempting right off the start.
He's reaching, Bill, but he pushes it away.
Great stiff arm.
He's approaching a plate of delicious-looking iced cookies.
Oh, Dennis, you only want one of those.
He blows right by him for the apple.
The fridge. It's make or break time, JB.
He stares down some rich-looking treats. Uh-oh, looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle, and shuts the door with his elbow.
I gotta see that again.
Great move.
Now he's just gotta get out of there.
Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis.
Bill, he somehow keeps moving.
That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
They call you really Big Carl? Must be those triple-sauced meat heaps. How about you cloak me in cheese? Drape me in a 3-piece patty suit like a beef tycoon.
The really Big Carl is back. Feed your happy.
Welcome back. And before we go tonight, the contributions of NASA's first African-American female engineer will be hidden no more. The name of Mary Jackson, one of the inspirations for the book Hidden Figures, now officially adorns the space agency's headquarters in Washington. Members of her family attended the building's renaming ceremony along with the acting NASA administrator. Jackson played a key role in the early days of NASA, doing the complex calculations that made space travel possible. In 2019, she was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, the nation's highest civilian honor. Jackson died at the age of 83 in 2005. Janelle Monáe portrayed Mary Jackson in the 2016 Hidden Figures film. And this weekend, the Mexicali Zoo is reopening along with other places of entertainment throughout the city. Authorities in the Mexicali Health Department authorized the reopening of entertainment venues in Mexicali like billiards, circuses, and fairs and sports centers following a steady decrease in COVID-19 cases. State officials said that the reopenings will be monitored to make sure capacity numbers are not ignored and that health and safety measures are being followed. Also, Mexicali is now on a lower tier, so hotels, restaurants, and bars can now serve more customers. That's all we have for you tonight on 13 on Your Side. Thank you so much for choosing to be with us. Have a great weekend. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is next.